Hi, everyone. Meet Rico. He's a Brazilian prehensile-tailed porcupine and is not only adorable, but is also one of the most famous ambassador animals at the Cincinnati Zoo. Since he's nocturnal, you'll usually find him sleeping during normal zoo hours, but as an ambassador animal, he comes out for special events. I had the chance to host an event for friends and family at the zoo, and we got a special visit from Rico. Seeing him up close and learning more about him was such a treat. Since this was a family event, there were plenty of little kids in the audience, and they had a great time discovering this amazing animal with zookeeper Eric. I hope you do too.
All right, guys, here comes Mr. Rico. Now, sometimes he is a little bit shy. Oh, he is not shy today. He's coming out. Holy stuff.
Oh my gosh.
All right, guys. So, like I said, this is Mr. Rico.
Oops. Oh.
That right there is him saying, okay, I'm in a new space. I'm meeting new friends. And he is one of those animals that's going to be a little bit nervous of new things at first. So that little kind of flare up a little bit, kind of like, okay. I'm a little bit uncomfy with the noises or something like that. So it's important that we keep our noises kind of a minimum. He's used to hearing me talk, so that's fine. But as you can see, he calmed down really quickly. That's actually something we've been working on with him, so that way he can do these programs with you guys. Yeah, you guys see what he's eating right now? Any ideas?
Popcorn.
Popcorn, that's right. This guy loves popcorn. He also has his favorite thing, which is pecans. So it's right over here, bud. I know. There's so many people. There's pizza over there, too. I know. Crazy. You've never had pizza in your life before, though. Never.
I know.
Do you guys have any questions about Mr. Rico? Otherwise, I'm going to go off on a lot of facts. What's up?
Does Rico poke someone?
Does Rico poke someone? He doesn't poke anybody here at the zoo because he doesn't have any predators here at the zoo. So, if for some reason we get poked, it's because I'm cleaning his habitat in the morning and he drops these like you might drop a hair or something like that. Hair just kind of falls out, right? So he drops those, and sometimes I'm digging through his mulch to pick up after him, and sometimes I get a quill right in my finger. But other than that, he's not going to quill anybody. Good question, though. Now, you guys want to see the behavior he just learned?
Yes.
All right, I'm going to see if he'll do it. Let's see. 1, 2, 3. Rico, show off your... Oh, my gosh, you're amazing. Wow, look at him go. There he is. That's high.
I keep getting him.
They love you, Rico. They love you. Any other questions, guys? Oh, man, you're full of questions today. All right, actually, tell you what. I'm going to go to him because you already got one. What's up?
I'm old.
How old is he? Great question, because in April, he's turning 9 years old.
Actually, how is my excitement? And my birthday had to be April.
Your birthday's in April?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, you had share a birthday with Rico. I know, you just love doing that spin, don't you? Now, guys, Rico here, you guys see that really big tail he has? You know what that's for? He's going to show you what it's for. So he can wrap that tail around. He can grab things with it. Kind of like how you guys have hands and feet. He can grab things with that tail, and he can actually use it kind of like a fifth appendage. Super, super cool stuff. And he can also hang from it as well. It's a very, very strong tail.
That was ages.
So... They're stunned. They're speechless. Can we give him a big wave? Give him a big wave. Good. Now, right here, guys, the way that we do our training here at the zoo is through what's called positive reinforcement. Are you done with popcorn already? That's like most of what I have, dude. Okay, there we go.
Spider.
So what we do is called positive reinforcement training here, which is just if he does the correct behavior when we ask. And no, there you go. I think some of the pop got wet. That might be why you're a little bit ego. Okay. We don't like popcorn anymore. All right. But the positive reinforcement training is whenever I ask him to do something like those behaviors you're seeing there, my job is to tell him thank you when he does the correct behavior. So what I do is I give him a piece of food. We can also do other different kinds of things. It's not necessarily just food. We can give this guy like his reel, which is his favorite thing to run on. If you guys have ever seen him on social media, sometimes he's running on that wheel. You're doing a great job showing up that tail, but... Yeah. Any other questions, guys?
Wow.
What's up?
Amazing.
Rico say.
Yes.
Say.
Does Rico play? Rico's not, to be honest, he's not really much of a playing kind of animal. So because he would be kind of a prey animal out in the wild, these guys are going to be more of like, kind of hang out in the trees, do their thing. Playing, not so much. But like I said, that wheel, he loves running on that wheel. Get some exercise in. I'm trying to come from. Where did he come from? So I know he was from a different zoo. I just don't remember which one off the top of my head. You would think I would know that by now. But I do know that he came from a different facility, and we got him when he was pretty young. But these guys out in the wild are going to be found out in South America, specifically Brazil. Maternal, huge country. So we're in Brazil. All right, so we're in the freeze.
What is some of his other favorite foods?
Some of his other favorite foods, he loves walnuts as well. So pecans and walnuts. But that's fine. But we also feed him kind of a whole food diet as well. We have a dry diet made for him called rodent block. Good, and it's specifically formulated for rodents, as he is a rodent. And then we also have like greens, so like esterol, romaine, those kinds of things. Then we'll also feed him some fruits, some veggies, different kinds of things like that. But we usually mix it up for him every single day just to make sure he's always getting a variety.
How long is it?
Sorry? How big is he? Oh, about that. I know, I bumped the door. That was my fault. What? Oh, girl, I dropped that. I'm sorry. Let me pay you back. I know. I'm an ear debt. There we go.
It's more like seriously out this.
How big? I believe he is about. Actually, we didn't measure him, believe it or not. I do believe he is about 3.5 feet long. So pretty long. Maybe 3 feet.
Do they live underground in trees or what?
Out in trees. Yep, that's why he has that really big, strong tail, so he can build onto the branches. No, I'm starting to spell it. I don't know if you guys can. Mr. Rico here is known as the biggest stinker we have here. He has a very nice, lovely odor, which, by the way, will make dinner taste amazing. But he does have a very lovely odor. That is porcupine set eau de pine, as they say. But first, I prefer a smelling like the other kind of pine, like trees. Great. Now, get me killed. So,
Do they eat meat?
do they eat meats? If he was really, really, really desperate, he might. But because he's got basically all of his needs catered to him out here, he's not really going to need to worry about that. But if he was absolutely starving out in the wild and they were desperate for some kind of food, he would probably go for anything he could get his mouth on. But these guys typically eat that plant matter.
So what's his vision like?
Not great, to be honest. So I always like to say, if you see something on an animal that is bigger in terms of like the sense organs, like the nose, you can see right now, biggest thing on his body is that big nose, right? And also, it's the only part of his body that isn't sharp. Yeah. But that nose is going to be his best sense of smell, or his best sense is that nose. And then he also has pretty bad eyesight. His sense of touch is actually quite good. You would imagine climbing around those trees, he needs to know what he's grabbing onto, right? Absolutely. But eyesight, pretty bad. You would fail a driver's test for sure.
When was I get the heddles going?
Your sign language is up 8.
What was that?
Your sign language is up.
It is, yes. I know. It's just done with hospice today, Arky. I know where you could get you. But yeah, actually that's actually a really good segue, is the sign language that we do when we train. These guys don't speak English like you and me. So in order to train him, we have to do sign language with our hands. So what we did was train him to do what's called a target. So he touches his nose perfect to our hand, and that way he knows, all right, I can go follow that, and that's how I train them to spin, that's how I train them to wave, all different kinds of things. We do them in really small baby steps, essentially. Good boy. Oh. And you guys see how his quills are nice and down, and He's eating, which is great. The popcorn, he's like, I'm done with popcorn today, man. We gotta figure something else. But the fact that he's eating and the fact that his quills are down like that, that's actually a super good indication for me that he's calm, he's comfortable. So this is really good to see. I know, you're just looking for, you just really don't want popcorn today, man. Any other questions for me, guys? Any questions about me? Usually I get a lot of those. Oh, I'm sorry, guys. What's up, bud? All right, so I'll get to you. And I'll get to you. What's up, bud?
So, how long has he been at the zoo?
He's been at the zoo now for, Christine, correct me, you might know this one, 5 years now? I think you got me doing 4.
Yeah, 5 sounds correct.
Yeah, we'll go with 5 because we both agree. Hillary, how long's he been here?
I was going to say 4, but
4 or 5 years. We're going to go with that one. What's your question, bud?
Rico? Just
goats.
Does Rico play with his spikes? No, so like I said, those spikes are for protection. And actually, the reason that those spikes are facing all outward in all the same direction like that is because those spikes are so sharp that he could actually quill himself if he's not careful. So playing with his spikes is not generally something he's going to do.
So doesn't it clean himself?
Cleaning himself. So yeah, he actually has, let's see, it's kind of hard to see, but he does have like a white powder that goes all around his quills. That's very similar to the oil that we have on like our hairs on our body. They're produced by a gland, and these are essentially hairs as well, just really thick, sharp ones. So that powder on his body is just kind of like that dried up oil. So, and that actually helps maintain the cleanliness of his quills as well as keep his skin and his quills nice and moist. There we go. There's enough. Perfect.
They make any vocal noises?
He generally will not unless he's like really uncomfortable for some reason. It's like extremely muted. I've only heard it like once. And it was because someone was banging on his glass. So,
Oh.
yeah. So we asked.
Teeth chattering as well.
Oh, yeah.
Human.
All right, guys. Well, Mr. Rico here is probably going. There we go. Called it going to be going pretty soon. So, any last minute questions for me? But one more. I'm sorry. Christy.
Will you eat that a little louder for us? What's it they kind of?
What's your favorite color?
What's my favorite color? That's a great question. Blue. Love blue. All right. Excellent. And that's a great time to end it.
I hope you enjoyed meeting Rico as much as I did. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to smash the like button and don't forget to check out our Zoo Secrets playlist for more sweet animal adventures. See you next time.